Hello and welcome to the Playcast. It's about 10 degrees here, 30-mile-an-hour winds, a little bit of freezing rain. Everything's got a layer of ice on it already, so it's a good night to bundle up and play some Stardew Valley, I guess. Let's see, I think when I last left off, I had no real plan what to do next. But it looks like it's raining, so the thing to do is going to be to maybe go mining. After we harvest whatever there is here. One fairy rose flower. Alright, guy's starting to play the game of barking like he wants out, but he doesn't actually want out. When I go over there, then he's gonna run over to the couch or something, because he doesn't actually want to go out. He just wants attention. Or he thinks there's something in the kitchen for him to eat or something. Which there isn't, so let's see what we got here. If we're going mining, I guess I better go make just sure he doesn't need out. Yeah, he wanted out for all of about 2 seconds. Okay, so I need one seed to replace that thing. And, let's see, take these bombs. Let's take... well, I'll just go get some fruit to eat along the way. I gotta plant this first. There we go. I thought there was something I had a whole bunch of. I think that must be in a different chest. I know I've got a whole big stack of blue blackberries somewhere. There they are. That'll do. Yeah, it's pretty nasty out there today, and probably I don't think we're supposed to really get over freezing for several days, so it won't necessarily be nasty, but we're not going to get any warm weather for a while. I guess I'll go take it easy for this time. I'm looking for Dougies because I haven't gotten the Dougie reward yet. And it wouldn't hurt to get more copper. Come on, where are they? There's one. I don't know if there's a heck of a lot to talk about since I just did this a day or so ago, and not like there's been news since then. Continuing to get a little interest in my programming videos, and I guess I did turn out another one of those yesterday. I guess that's probably new. I don't even remember if I did one of these since I did that or not. I lose track of the days. Kind of happens this time of year. You get into February and you're just trying to get through. I still need to think of an idea for my next, well, not my next, but for an upcoming programming project. I still need to think of a good, probably a game, but something that's a little more challenging, but not like top-end challenging. I want to do something that's kind of mid-range to work up to harder stuff. Hey, there, I got my Dougie rewards, so I don't have to keep worrying about them. Let's see. Let's check this out. Artifacts. Okay, I've gotten the first 3 dwarf scrolls. I think the 4th one, I think I have to be level 80 or below to find it, so let's just go ahead and go down to 80. A little more dangerous down here. Stuff could actually kill you. There was one hiding there. I don't want, well, hell. So I'm not trying to go deep in here. I'm just trying to find stuff. Ah, ran right into me. God, get out of there. Jeez. things sort of get stuck on rocks, trying to get around the rock and get to you, and you can kind of get stuck on the rock too. And then all of a sudden they slip around the rock and they're right on top of you. Those things are pretty harmless. They curse you. And I don't know just what the curse does. I assume it hurts your stats in some way. But as long as there's nothing else around, you just wait for it to go away. It lasts a few seconds, and that's no big deal. I thought about writing like an asteroids type of game, something where you steer your little ship around and shoot things. So an arcade type game. I thought about doing something like that, just for one thing, it'd be different from anything I've done so far, because you'd be using sprites, and that's something I'm trying to show off, different hardware stuff with the system, and that's something that's definitely you're talking to hardware registers to do it. So I think that would be interesting. Back here. Then when you start to kill them, they run away and hide in the corner. I thought that looked like it might be one of those things. The things that hide. I think my long-range goal would be probably some kind of adventure game, a role-playing game, an Ultima, Pool of Radiance, something like that. That's a big task, though. That's definitely not something to. I mean, that's something that's going to be like a year of programming, probably. Maybe longer if I'm only doing it once. Well, I'd have to do that more often than once a week, or otherwise, or the sessions would have to be longer, like 4-hour sessions once a week or something. But because that's not something you're going to knock out in 50 hours at work. Not to have anything on the level of those games anyway, with graphics, and they didn't really have much in the way of sounds, but still, there's quite a bit there. Not having much luck finding stairs here. Apparently I haven't been over here. There's a bad guy hiding over here. There we go. I want to get to a level that's got some sand, or some sand. I guess it's sand, I don't know. Some dirt in it that I can dig in. Jeez Louise. Man, they do some damage. There's a stairway, so Okay, I gotta drop something so I can pick up those geodes. Need to get my backpack expanded soon, I guess. There's some dirt finally. Okay, I want to pick up the clay. Clay's not all that easy to come by. Let's drop that thing. I don't know if bat wings are really all that valuable either, come to think of it. Can't remember what you use them for other than one community center bundle that I already finished. Darn it, now I need my bombs. It's quite a little cluster there. Okay. Let's see, I can never remember whether I scared up a staircase yet or not. I guess I did not. Oh, there's one. Oh, it's getting late anyway. Darn it. Ah, get off me. Stupid thing. Alright, try this spot. There it is. There's a dwarf scroll anyway. I don't know if it's the right one. But we're going to pick it up and find out. It's a number 1. Darn. I need a number 4. Oh well. Time's up. I could be wrong about where number 4 is. I think there's one of the dwarf scrolls that you don't actually find necessarily in the mines, or at least that's not the only place you can find it. Something like that. But I forget which one is which. Okay, what else I want to drop in here? Can't drop the quartz in there because it'll get turned into bars. Well, I guess I could drop a few, but leave that as a gift to the dwarf later when I get to meet the dwarf. Let's get stuff. Well, hold on a second. Let's get stuff back in the right order here. I forget what the weather is going to be tomorrow. But I'm probably not going to go mining again tomorrow. I'll do something else, even if it's raining. I'll take these geodes for one thing. So we're just unloading here for now. Okay, so we'll keep our stuff to make more bobbers with. Maybe we'll fish tomorrow. Do still need to catch some ocean fish. Better get in bed here before I run out of time. Yeah, no rain tomorrow, so that could be a good plan. Water the dog. Get out of the way, dog. Take care of the animals. We gotta find a better place to keep my milk pail, so it's a little more on the way. Okay, let's see. I guess I already did the thing where I got. But I want to get one thing you can do. It's sort of a little trick, but it works. Is as long as there's space in that bench, you can pull hay out of here, and as long as you're not focused on the hay in your inventory, you can keep pulling it out as much as you want until the silo runs out. And then you can put it somewhere else. You can put it in a chest or whatever. That's one way to store up hay without having more silos. Go ahead and put one there. Let's see, I can just drop that in there and then go out and cut a bunch more hay for the silo. Not that the silos are terribly expensive or anything to just have a few, but it does take a couple days to build each one, and you can only get her to start building on certain days and so on and so forth. So you can I've got one now, and I wouldn't mind having a couple more, but it's probably not the next thing I'm going to have built. Let's see, how much did that put in the silo? Let's see, only 18. But I'll certainly fill it at the end of fall. That won't be a problem by the time I cut all this before winter. Alright, guy wants out. I think this time he means it. Nope, he didn't mean it. He fooled me. I think he's a little stir crazy because we had a few warm days and he was spending the days in a good part of the night outside. And now the last couple of days have been pretty well stuck inside, so I think he's just a little unhappy about that. Okay, anyway, I don't want to spend all day cutting hay here. I want to get my chores done and get headed on down the road with my geodes. My desk is a piece of plywood. It's not a full piece. It's like, I don't know, 3x6 or something like that. And it just sits on top of a small desk that was too small for a computer desk, really. But it's a nice little desk with drawers in it and stuff. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to take and set this piece of plywood on top of this just to make a bigger top, basically. And I've been using it that way for a long time. And the only downside to it really is that the piece of plywood is not smooth. It's a piece of plywood. And so it's not a sanded piece, and so it's not perfectly smooth on top. Which is not a problem most of the time because I don't use the mouse most of the time. For most things everything is keyboard driven. My web browser and editor and window manager and everything's keyboard driven, and so I don't use the mouse except for games like this. So then I sit down and play something like this, and then the mouse is kind of getting caught on the plywood as I move it around, which is a little bit annoying. It's not a big deal, but it has made me think, maybe I ought to just sand that piece of plywood down. I watered that dog already? Yes, I did. Okay. So I'm off to town with my geodes. I need to make some money to expand my backpack and get some tools upgraded. I know I've got stuff I could sell. I tend to hoard things in this game. I'm not really much of a hoarder in real life. About most things anyway, but I tend to hoard things in this game because, you never know what you're going to need. And a lot of stuff you can make more valuable, like your fruits and vegetables, you can make them more valuable by turning them into jelly or wine or whatever. But that takes time. And my left hand, I've never seen that before. My left hand turned into a gigantic quail. I have no idea. What I come in here for? I don't want any of that. I don't even know what I came in there for. I guess just to say hi to people. I'm supposed to be heading to Clint's. Penny's washing dishes. As she does. And Leah's going for a walk as she does. It would sure be nice if there was a more automated way to do the geodes than sitting here clicking on each one. Or if you could at least just hold the button down, but you can't. You have to actually click. Ooh, big chunk of iridium. I'll have a couple of iridium bars out of this. It's sort of weird. They came up with... I don't have anything out of all that. I don't have anything new. Wow. That surprised me a little. Okay, so what was I just thinking? Okay, take this stuff home and sell it. I was thinking about fishing, wasn't I? That was the thing I was going to do. Well, I needed to come home and make room for fish then, so it's just as well I came this way. I guess all those minerals were not new. Okay, it'll process whatever's first in line, so if I take out the other stuff, so the iridium is first in line, and then put those back after it. And I need to get some more coal. Go with it. I'll just drop that there. Let's see, I did have some... Must be in here. Yep. Take some trout soup with me, and we're off to the ocean to fish. I think I said in my last video that, or my last time playing this, that I had thought about, could I write a Commodore version of Stardew Valley? And it would certainly be nothing like this. I mean, graphically, it would be nowhere close. You couldn't do anything like this as far as the graphics go, or the movement of things. You could do the dialogue and all the friendship stuff. That's all fairly simple as far as programming goes, or the amount of data required. You just couldn't have the graphics or the sound quality that it has. But you could have your person walk around and talk to people, and you could have something like the farming at least, where you plant stuff and harvest it later. It's just nothing would look anywhere near as good as it looks in this game. And you probably wouldn't be able to have as many choices, as many different things you can do. And if you did the mining at all, it would probably have to be turn-based. But I don't know. It'd be interesting just to see what you could do. Just with the basic concept of person living in, person farming outside small town, and what can you do with that? I wanted to write a farming game way back when I first had my computer. I was thinking, well, I guess in that case I was thinking more of a farm simulator, which I guess would be kind of like Farmville or something like that. Although there was no networking, so I wasn't thinking of the social part of it, but just the idea of being able to plant stuff and buy farm machinery and stuff like that, and then kind of basically, like I say, basically a farm simulator. And I had quite a bit of notes drawn out for it and stuff like that. Never really did much in the way of programming. It was way too ambitious for the system at the time. But I don't know. Do a little bit of that plus the social stuff in this, and it'd just be kind of interesting to see what you can come up with. would certainly be a long-term project. Not much doubt about that. See, I needed to catch tuna, didn't I? For the community center. That might be a tuna there. Tuna go up really quick at first, but no, start out before. I'll bet tuna earlier in the day. I'll bet I gotta get here earlier to catch them. Yeah. Ah, missed that one. Darn it. Paying attention. You gotta get the treasures if you can. There's some artifacts, I think they might only come that way. Or that's the best way to get them, is in fishing treasures. I got several of those dumb starfish by now, though. They're pretty easy to come by, I guess. I can't remember which one of the legendary fish I've caught. The angler, okay, so I haven't caught the mutant carp, that's what they call it. And I think you can catch that one any time of year too. Or not two, I think you can catch that one any time of year. I think some of them you can only catch a certain time, but I think the angler was fall. And then the glacier fish is winter. And I think the mutant carp, I think you can catch it any time because you're not catching it out in the weather anyway. Catching a lot of albacores. That was fast. Come on, come on. Not sure what this is. Tougher than an albacore, though. Whatever it is. Come on, hang in there. Ah, super cucumber. Yeah, they are kind of tough. Would have helped if I'd had my trout soup in me there. Makes your green bar just a little longer. That jumped up fast, whatever it was. Just albacore. Huh. I've never caught so many of them. I guess they must be an evening fall fish. I just never happened to be fishing at this time. I don't know. Anyway, getting late. And I'm about full of spots anyway. Look, the game even says it's getting late. Should have sold that. It's one way to free up some space. Sell the silver star stuff. Sunny day tomorrow, huh? Yeah, I made a little money. I'd have enough to upgrade my pickaxe if I want to do that. Might be a good thing to do if I'm not going to be mining for a couple days, which it looks like I won't be. Pumpkin. We can do that. harvest all that stuff. Let's get a pumpkin. I'd upgrade my watering can, but you got to do that on a day when it's going to be raining next, so that your plants don't have to go without. And it'll just make more sense to wait until winter to do it, because you don't need it at all in the winter, other than for watering your dog, which isn't even necessary. I guess wheat is all I have, besides the whatchamacallit, bok choy. That's it. Couldn't think of the name. I was thinking of Swiss chard and tatsoi and everything else that's sort of in that family, but I couldn't think of bok choy. Alright, I guess that's everything. Oh, we haven't fed the animals yet. Usually like to do that first thing before they wander off too far, but looks like they're mostly sticking around here. The incubator's still going. Alright, so we're going to go to town and deliver a pumpkin and get some more geodes cracked. For Caroline. And Alex needs an amethyst. I spaced out for a second. I couldn't think who Alex was. Like, who the hell is Alex? He's the sports guy. For some reason, his name didn't ring a bell for a second there. There she is. I think you get a pretty good reward for that. Yeah, not bad. Yes, I know. Everybody hangs out. Not everybody, but half the town hangs out at the bar every Friday night. Already talked to him, I guess. Alright, back home to get an amethyst. That's what I need. Yep. And to get 5 iron bars, because I'm going to need that to have my pickaxe upgraded, which is what I was going to do. Got to pay attention. I was saying earlier, the game has this iridium, which I don't know. There is something I don't think that's exactly a fake thing, but everything else is ordinary. Copper, iron, gold, and then iridium. Like, what the hell? But like I said, I don't think it's actually just a made-up fantasy metal, because I've heard that word before. I just don't know what it is. I guess it might be a precious metal of some sort. Say hi to Haley before she gets away. Say hi to Jody before she gets away. Harvey's hard to talk to very often, it seems like, because he's well, his house office there is only open like 4 or 5 hours a day, and the rest of the time, if he's in there, you can't get to him. So you have to either catch him when he's when his office is open, and then even when his office is open, sometimes he'll be off doing something else, or he'll be upstairs in his room, in which case you can't get to him until you're already friends. So to me, at least, he seems to be one of the harder people to befriend. You need to be able to just drop these geodes in a hopper and have them all go through and bang, 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 bang. Okay, now we'll see about upgrading here. Upgrades the pickaxe. So no mining for the next 2 days. Yeah, I've got something new this time. This thing here. Ooh, got a reward. Something useless. Oh, 7. I think I'll run. I guess we already spoke. She just wasn't done. Take another stab at tuna here. Let's see if it's not too late in the day to catch one. That's not a tuna. I don't remember if I have a tilapia back home. Seems like I might. That's not a tuna either. That's probably a sardine. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to get there earlier in the day to catch a tuna. Let's comb the beach here. Here's where you can catch the mutant carp. However, I don't know if my fishing level is high enough for it. Basically, all you can catch down here is carp, mutant carp, or junk. And that's a carp. Makes it real easy to tell, because if it's not a mutant carp, it's just a carp. Otherwise, well, I guess algae isn't junk, but you can catch the two algaes and then junk. What I've done before is stuck a. Ooh, there's the mutant carp. So can I catch him without any trout soup or anything to help me out? No, he's pretty jumpy. Come on, get up there. There we go. Getting there, getting there, getting there. Got him. Alright. You can only catch them once, except for there's one they call the legend that you can catch more times, but alright, well that was cool. I guess I already checked those with Gunther, so I guess we weren't done talking before. Oh, that's right, she was telling me her sad situation, and then I guess I didn't wait till the end of it. Inventory's already full. Oh well. Next time I'm down this way, I think it'll still be laying there. Ooh, there's a tilapia. It doesn't cost much. Maybe I should go ahead and buy it just in case I don't have one. A sturgeon would be even... They're even a little harder to come by, I think. And we'll shoot. Well, I don't know. I'll catch them both. It's just a matter of getting there at the right time. Well, I went right by my recycler with my broken CD. I think I put my other fancy fish inside, didn't I? Yep. I don't know if there's really any reason to keep them, because I mean, they are worth money. But if you sell them, I don't know if it'll let you catch them again or not. Or if you really only get to catch them once. I don't know about that. Let's see what we got going in here. This and that. Like I said, I need to be selling more stuff, not just hoarding stuff, because I could be using the money. Like right now, I could be having my house upgraded or something if I had more money. What the hell? I put a milk in there? That was brilliant. Not gonna do any good in there. Okay, I don't have so many bars of anything that I'm wanting to get rid of them, to sell them. Even the refined quartz, I don't know. Let's see what we got down here. I'll end up using the pine tar at some point. That's the thing, if you get too carried away selling stuff, you'll end up wishing you had it. Even something like a Joja Cola, you know, they're not worthless because they do have some energy in them, but main reason not to sell them all off is that somebody might ask for one, and then you can get more out of it than if you just sold it. Got just a little bit of energy left. Let's cut down some trees. Gonna need more wood on hand when I get ready to upgrade the house, things like that. That's got me about out of energy, so I'll check in, and then we're gonna play one more day. Now that's a little more like it money-wise. I think the house upgrade is 10,000, I think. I also need to buy a duck. I keep forgetting about that, but I can buy a duck now that I've upgraded the coop. I'm still carrying that chair around that was a reward, because it landed in the landed in the inventory slot where where I normally keep the pickaxe. I didn't notice. Where's the cow? There's the cow. You gotta pet everybody every day or they won't be happy. If they're not happy, they don't produce. Well, still incubating. No. If you found any fruit lately, or acquired any fruit. Oh yeah. Some good ones too, though. The wild ones aren't that special because you can just find them laying around in the right season, but the apricots here, they're special. You can only get them from planting trees or from the bat cave. Alright. So what am I going to do with myself today? Well, maybe I should go fishing early, try to catch those early fish. Take along my one trout soup. Although, well, I guess first I will run up. First, I will run up and see about getting my house upgraded. Is that all the stone I have? I guess I sold a bunch of stone that time that I needed it. I needed the money to do something. I had extra stone. Well, let's go find out where we stand here on upgrading the house. You upgrade the house, you get a kitchen, then you can make recipes, and that makes a big difference in some things, like you can make the trout soup that, or better stuff than that. Basically things that give you bonuses. If I don't have enough stone, I'm not going to be able to go chop some because I don't have my pickaxe. Upgrade to the house. 10,450 pieces of wood. I guess I have that. Alright. Well, that went well. On to the beach. Yes, I know you've told me about the salmon many times. They can be found in the river in the fall. All right. If I don't catch any tuna now, I guess I'm going to have to just assume tuna are not a fall fish, and I just don't recall that. Well, there's a tilapia. You know, I do actually have a list of the fish, and I've been avoiding checking it for some reason. There's tuna on this list. Summer and winter. They're not a fall fish. Okay, well, I guess I'll keep fishing for... maybe I'll catch a couple more tilapia so I have an extra one on hand. And then I'll just have to wait till winter to catch the tuna that I need for the community center bundle. Ooh, good one. It's funny to think you could only catch a fish in the summer or winter. I guess there are fish that are migratory, like salmon, that you could only catch one place, or one time of the year in a particular place. Summer and winter is kind of an odd combination, though, to think that you can catch them in those two, but not in the spring or the fall. That's a little odd. Another worthless artifact that I already have gotten. I don't think in my list I have the... No. I don't have the legendary fish listed, so I can't check my list and see about them. That's alright. I'm pretty sure the angler was the fall one, and I already got it. And then I know the glacier fish is for the winter, so I know it's coming up. I'm going to fish here until my trout soup wears off, which probably won't be too much longer. I think the tilapia ended at 2 o'clock. It's probably the case. There's probably a morning fish, which the morning fish generally go till 2. fishing tackle wore out. Well, that just means you make a new one. Okay. Used up my trout soup bonus, so let's head back home or somewhere. So I heard a door open somewhere. Who was it? Yeah, I had one tilapia already. Kind of thought maybe I'd caught at least one. Whatever. Once I expand my house, I'll end up, I mean, I know from experience, I'll end up moving those things inside. Some of them. Basically, all the food storage, I'll tend to move inside, so it's handy for the fridge. A lot of it anyway, and I'll probably move the kegs inside too, and you just can't really start out that way because the house is so small. I should probably come up here and plant this whole area to trees sometime soon. You can do that. You have to hoe the spots first. You can't, unlike on your farm, you can't just plant them. You've got to hoe a spot, but it's a use for that area that you basically don't have any use for it otherwise. You can plant a whole bunch of trees up there and then come back a couple seasons later and harvest a whole lot of wood and have plenty of wood for the rest of the game. Otherwise, you get kind of short on it at times, getting all these buildings upgraded twice, your house upgraded 3 times. And let's sell. Let's see, fish-wise, what could I sell? There again, some of these things I'll save because I know later on there will be a recipe that'll take them. Or a recipe, something you can turn them into that's worth more than the fish were by themselves. That's the case with a lot of these cheaper ones. I don't think the wood skip is real cheap. Yeah, I mean, these are the 93 bucks for a silver star wood skip. How about walleye? What's my list say on walleye? Yeah, they're a little better, 131 for silver stars. However, if you can turn any fish into the deluxe fertilizer, in which case that's worth 150 per fish, and so you're really makes more sense to turn them into that, at least up to the point where you have more of that than you can use. Where's albacore on my list? I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, it's not worth all that much either, but I'm going to go ahead and sell some. A lot of the fish are worth more turned into fertilizer than they are being sold as fish, but right now tiger trout's one of the more expensive ones, really. Let's go ahead. It's like smallmouth bass, they're really cheap. You're better off turning them into sashimi and selling that, because they're cheaper than the sashimi is. Alright, it's not really late enough to quit yet. Actually, that was dumb. I shouldn't have cut that tree down. It was in a good spot, actually. I should have planted, in fact, let's take this one out. And this one. Yeah, I should have, well. It's not a big deal, but it was actually a good spot to have one. Why don't I slap another... Can't I get through anywhere here? I'm going to make some more tree sap gatherer thingies. That's what I'm trying to say. As I stumble over my words here. Come on, let me through. There, we just doubled our sap production. Alright. But if you have a cluster of trees that are close enough together, you can stick beehives in between them and they'll all connect together with one chest like this, to where they'll all automatically be collected by the chest, as long as they're all next to each other in a chain. That'll work. Which means I need a beehive for over there, doesn't it? Wood, coal, iron bar, maple syrup. Wood, coal, an iron bar, and the maple syrup will be down here. There, that'll connect to that tree right there. And eventually I just fill that whole area up with trees and beehives, and then have the one chest out at the edge that gathers them all up, so I don't have to go in after the things whenever they happen to be ready. Storm tomorrow, so I guess I actually could go mining tomorrow, but I'd have to get my pickaxe back from Clint first, which means I couldn't go before 9 o'clock. I'd have to get it from him and then go. So I guess we shall see, but that's going to do it for tonight. I've got 4 days down. We've got 8 days to go in fall, and then it'll be winter. So I guess that's it for tonight, and thank you for watching.